There we go. There we go. Hey, this is so funny. You can't believe what just happened. Uh, I started. I thought I was starting to stream, but I was not. I was sitting here alone, I guess, for 10 minutes, and been talking about the track a few minutes, and then I realized I wasn't actually streaming. Oh man! But here I am. Sorry about that. Thanks for waiting, though. You guys are awesome. So anyway, this is actually the third time I stream on YouTube. So I haven't done it a lot. Um, yes, Chaos 5555. This is live. Yeah. So this is actually my third time streaming on YouTube, and I have I'm still figuring things out. I got my crappy old webcam with this shitty resolution, and I have a little bit of lights over here, but not much. There's really room for upgrading this situation. But hey, it's a new thing for me, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to have you guys here. So anyway, what's happening right now in my life and my career is that my 10-year-old instructional guitar DVD, we're celebrating 10 years from releasing it in 13, and it's been out of print for a good few years, and now we're making it available again as an online instructional course. So I'm still with guitarmessenger.com. They're putting it up on their website, and if you purchase a license for it, you can stream it from your browser, and you stream it from the browser, and you have like a Guitar Pro kind of thing with tablature that you can play and listen to it and transpose, I suppose, and you can do different tempos of all the examples, which can be really, really handy. And this DVD is, we really went overboard when we did it. It's like over 2 hours, and it's like really chock full of information and material. There's a few Symmetry tracks in there that I break down into detail, and just a lot of things: tapping and slapping. No slapping, tapping, picking, sweeping, all of that good stuff, and plenty of examples. There's scales and chords and all kinds of shit. So make sure to check that out. And to commemorate this re-release of this instructional course, we are currently doing a solo contest where you get to choose between 3 different Symmetry tracks, one of which is CHRONONAUTILUS, which I'm going to talk to you about today, and the other ones are Scorched Quadrant and Digifrenia Dawn. And this past 2 days I did live streams where I talked about those as well, and about how I approach improvising and soloing over them. So you choose one of the tracks and you record yourself jamming over them, improvise, compose a solo. Can be guitar, it can be any instrument. It's actually really cool if there are other instruments. I've seen a couple so far, but guitar is obviously very, very fine as well. So you can win prizes from Neural DSP. First prize wins all of the Neural DSP plugins, each and every one of them. And I'm a big fan of Neural DSP. I'm actually using the Archetype Nolly here for my lead tone. Just really, really usable and amazing tools that they produce. And first prize, you get all of them. You get a set of custom Lundgren Guitar Pickups, actually the same ones that I have here in my signature guitar. The humbuckers are modern vintage, that's the name of them, but they're wired with a different type of wire than the regular modern vintage, which gives them a little bit sweeter, somewhat less trebly flavor, which works well for what I do. And the single coil is also custom made for me, and I really like to use the second and the fourth position in the 5 position switch. So that's the humbucker. That's the second position. Kind of cleans up and become a little bit like scooped and nasal in a way that I really enjoy. So you get a set of Lundgren pickups, and you can choose if you want them in 7 or 8 or 9 string. If you want them slanted, if you got a multi-scale guitar, mine are slanted, or if you want them straight. So that's first prize. Plus you win Scottish Symmetry, vinyl, a t-shirt, some other stuff. Yeah, you win a first prize. Also wins a little private hang with me like this for a bit, when we can talk about stuff. You can have a lesson. You can teach me something, or I can show you something, or we just have coffee and hang out. So that's the contest. So get in on it. You've got a little over a week to sort it out. But today we're doing CHRONONAUTILUS. I'm gonna start by just jamming over the track. Starts in C sharp minor, and then it modulates to F sharp minor, which is like a neighbor key, I guess the subdominant key. So yeah, this is what it sounds like, and this is what I like to spontaneously do when I play over this track. All right. Okay. So that's the track. And the first part of it, let's start with the first part. It starts in C sharp minor. So it's all diatonic to C sharp minor. So, which makes it kind of easy, because if you know the scale, you could potentially not think too much. If you just want to play in a scalar fashion, if you want to go like something like this. Right? So, but I like to outline the chords a bit. So if it starts in C sharp minor, yeah, I really like to, like if you were to remove all the music, the backing track, I want you to still be able to hear what's going on. So that's like the triad. So you pick out some of the important notes, and if I try to improvise only using the major and minor triads involved, this is what that sounds like. I'm gonna try my best to make melodies out of it instead of just being like sweep arpeggios or so. So triads only. Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds nice, but it's a little bit boring. So you want to put more notes in there. And a thing that I often do when I'm playing like diatonic things like this is I omit certain notes over certain chords. So over the C sharp minor, 11 or 7 or whatever it is, I choose not to use the note A all that much, even though it's a part of the scale, because there's just something that's not as nice. So I kind of omit it, and then I'm left with a 6-note scale. Which I find nice. It's easier to make nice sounding melodies. Like that. So that's what I do over the C sharp minor, which is the 1 chord. It's a tonic in this situation. And then over A, still C sharp minor, so you could still think about that like that. But also it would be an A major chord and A Lydian. Which is also nice. I don't really have any restrictions note-wise for Lydian. And then E. I probably don't use, once again, the note A very much, because that's like the sus note. So yeah, I'm just like using that as more of a passing note, or not at all. I'm doing like also I'm not doing the 7th. Oh shit, it's the major 7th in this one. I had a little brain fart. Yeah, so let me play a little bit more. So I'm omitting the A. And if I'm not, like that really sticks out. Doesn't sound very good on the E chord either. In fact, omitting the A over all of the chords sounds kind of nice. And yeah, so, and then let's talk a little bit about upper structures. If you think as a jazz player would do, where a chord doesn't end with just the basic triad, you can go on and you add the extensions, and over those in those extensions, like right there, you have a triad. So over C sharp minor you can do a B major triad, and over A Lydian you can do either an E major triad or that B major triad, the same one. And let me show you what that sounds like. I'm gonna start with just doing the B major triad. And it kind of works over the E and the B as well. And if I change between the B major and the E, let's see what that sounds like. So that has a kind of cool sound that I just realized I need to do more of. It's really sweet. And next step is to take the same approach, but instead of limiting yourself to only playing triads, do the major pentatonic scale of that triad you're doing. So over C sharp minor, you're doing B major pentatonic, and over the A, you can still do B, or you could do E. So let's see what that sounds like. I'm gonna start with doing only B major pentatonic over the entire thing here. Right? And then I'm gonna go in between B and E, major pentatonics. So B, E, B, E, so definitely some really nice notes in there. And like when I play over this kind of thing, it's like the backing track is so nice sounding, and in the context of the song, it's a really brutal and like aggressive and messy song. So when this little interlude comes, I don't want to use too much crazy stuff in terms of scales and stuff. I want to keep it really diatonic and inside, because this part provides some like release and relief in the middle of the song. But if I was to think of ways to really spice it up, you could do maybe you could do melodic minor over the C sharp. And over the A Lydian, you can do dominant Lydian. Lydian dominant. And then let's keep the E and the B chord as they are. And we'll see what that sounds like. I think that's going to sound more out there. So melodic minor first. Gonna do it one more time. Right, so that's kind of outside, but pretty nice. And I think that's as far as I would ever take it in this kind of thing. There's certainly more things you could do, some of which are beyond what I can do. All right, so now it goes over to it's like an A chord that leads you over to the parallel key, F sharp minor. So we actually modulate to the subdominant key, and it's F sharp minor, A, E, D, B. So that's where we break out of the F sharp being totally diatonic to F sharp minor. So like the tonic parallel, the A, and the flat 7 chord, flat 6 chord. So it's all in F sharp minor, and then when the B major hits, it's F sharp Dorian. So this is basically a modal interchange chord where you sort of borrow a chord from F sharp Dorian. Yeah, so if I play how I usually play it, it will sound like this. Oh yeah, so there's a real spicy chord at the end. After that B, there's a actually this chord. It's a, well, actually it's a real naughty chord. And what it is, I land on that B, and then we change the power chord in the bottom to a C power chord. So it's like a B major triad over a C5. And what that is it's the sum of it is a C minor major 7th augmented 4th or sharp 11th. And the scale for the B chord is F sharp Dorian or B Mixolydian, same notes. And for this, when you change the root, suddenly you're playing C melodic minor raised 4. So that's very nice. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, the transition between that part before. What I like to do is, like, there's an A chord, but I like to just not mind that and play something that is like a dominant 2 F sharp minor. So I might do like something like C sharp dominant, either Mixolydian flat 6 or Mixolydian flat 2 flat 6, or Phrygian dominant, as you also call it. So let's check out that transition. Let me do the Mixolydian flat 6 first. Right? Or if I do Mixolydian flat 2 flat 6 or Phrygian dominant. That has more of an Yngwie flavor. I kind of prefer the Mixolydian flat 6. Yeah, and yeah, I don't do anything special over that next part, and you can for sure be like, treat the F sharp minor, play over the upper structure over the E. Like, think of E as being the sort of the root there instead of the F sharp. It gives you kind of nice flavor. And over the A, you can do something over E, which is the same. Yeah, you do E over both, and then over the actual E, you can still do E, and over D, you could do more like an A. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, so it like that whole E over the F sharp minor. It's really nice and open sound. Yeah. So I think basically that's all I have to really say about this part. Yeah. I mean, over that second part, you can lead into it with that melodic minor, Mixolydian flat 6. I guess you could play melodic minor over that. Yeah, like over the tonic. Let's try that. See what it sounds like. Yeah. Okay, I thought of something else, and that's when you hit that B, that's like the four chord in F sharp, and now it's the 4 major instead of diatonic. It would be minor. But if you play Mixolydian over this, that sounds really nice and sort of. It really fits well with the F sharp minor. But if you play Lydian dominant, it's like the Mixolydian, but you raise the 4th to an augmented 4th, you actually get that like that kind of, it almost becomes a hybrid thing between a 4th chord and like a dominant chord that leads back to F sharp minor. So that's like a little sneaky way of making a 4 chord sound like a 5 chord. To add that, you can do that in other contexts as well. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna play melodic minor over F sharp minor, and then when I hit that B, I'm gonna do Lydian dominant, and let's see what that sounds like. Let me do it one more time. I messed up a little bit. Right. Yeah, so there you go. That's it. Let me see if I have missed some interesting questions, and let's do a little bit of that. And thank you, kind words. That is very pleasant for me to read. Yes, thank you for the nice comment about my floor. It's I bought a house 2 years ago, and it was built in the 1930s, 39, I believe. And these are, believe it or not, the original floor, which is really nice. Do you improvise to a section and then learn it for your solos? Well, when I record solos for my albums, I very often start by like looping the track and I'm just starting to play like might go for some things, and sometimes it doesn't work out. But it's more of finding the right vibe and some cool ideas, and just try to not worry about if it's good or not, and just see what I can just throw out there, and I record all of it, and then I can be like, something happens that I think is nice. Maybe not all of the notes are perfect, and I want to change something, so maybe I'll re-record that part, or I punch in those weird notes or something, and I start building from there, and then I might improvise another chunk of the solo and see what happens. And sometimes if the chords are tricky, sometimes if there are quick chord changes, maybe I want to like compose something note for note to get the most out of it. But there's a lot of like improvisation that it starts with, and then I use that to sort of compose the end result. My favorite guitar player is Alan Holdsworth. By far. He's just like my favorite musician of all time, pretty much. Drop the link for the instructional package in the comments. It's actually in the comments. It's the same link as to the solo contest. So if you go there, I think you actually get info about the instructional thing first, and then you have to keep scrolling until the bottom of the page or something. The single coils compress. I don't think they compress in any particular way, not any more than any other pickup. These are all passives, and they have kind of a nice dynamic range. You can really play like. Yeah. Joe Sup have a Singularity Red Blast. That's awesome, man. I'm if you love that guitar like a half as much as I love mine, I'm sure you're over the moon about it. Chris Tarpley, hey bro, you should totally do the challenge. I know you can play. You can pull out some super sexy stuff. Yes. The 2 deviate from the form solos are my favorite. Thank you very much. I kind of dig those as well. That ending thing. How close to drum rhythm is your playing? Are you locking in or floating? I mean, when I'm playing rhythm, I try to lock in as much as possible. And the kind of music we play is supposed to be like really close to the grid. It's not supposed to have much like swing or something. Like it doesn't have any weird kind of groove like that. It's supposed to be really tight, and same thing when I played with Meshuggah. I was supposed to really lock in with the drums, and we play to a click also, so we have the click going on in our ears when we play live, which helps. So yeah, so for rhythms I try to lock in. For soloing, it's a little bit all over the place. I think I float around quite a lot when I solo. I kind of like that, because you could be like trying to be. I mean, that wasn't locking in super well, but it was the best I could do. But if I would float around more, and that's also because I do so much legato, and I even like toss away the pick and play with fingers. It really makes sense to. Yeah, so there's definitely a big difference between when I play rhythm and when I solo. Let's see. Do you have a trick to find the correct scale notes as it keeps changing? I mean, first you need to have an understanding of what would be the correct scale notes, right? And you have to learn all the scales and try to find them. I mean, I've been doing it for such a long time, so a lot of it is really second nature by now, and I almost can't remember what it was like being a young man trying to figure the fretboard out and to find everything. But yeah, I mean, it can be really helpful to sort of improvise and like state the chords like. Put a lot of the chord notes in there, and there are other things you can do. You can sing improvisations and try to, in your mind, see the chords in front of you on the fretboard or on sheet music or on a piano or something, so you know where you are, and you can try like it can be like you know. I mean that. Sorry for making a fool of myself with my little singing voice. But that thing has been super helpful for me to sort of visualize, to connect it to my voice. Because when I play, like the way I'm feeling about playing, not only soloing, but playing rhythm or playing any other instrument, if I mess around on a bass or keys, is that it's like comes from the same place as my voice. You know, like I'm doing something. It's not too different from me being like do 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 from vocalizing it. So I think that's like vocalizing things and connecting things with your voice. It's like a secret, like a cheat code to unlocking your ears and connecting the whole thing. So I can't recommend that enough. But for a lot of us, it feels weird to be like la 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 to be singing, but you can do it when no one hears you. I actually sing a lot when I drive out on the freeway. I can be like wow, you know. So yes. Yes, it's years and years and years of practice, but I'm still working on it. You know, I'm still making, ever so slowly. I'm making progress. Am I only using the first 6 notes of the Lydian scale? No, not really. But I'm a big fan of sometimes using subsets of scales. So, like on that C sharp minor, instead of doing the whole thing, I mean, if you play the arpeggio, that you could see that as a subset of the C sharp minor scale, because those 3 notes are a part of it. And minor 7th arpeggio, whoops, that's also a subset. And a pentatonic, that's 5 out of the 7 notes, and 6 out of the 7 notes, if you omit that sixth degree, that has a sound to it that I really like. And for Lydian, I often used to use all of the notes. But yeah, sometimes I omit even the root note over Lydian. Because I like the sound. And there's just a lot of stuff like that you could do. And also, like, if you're playing over C sharp minor, if you play all the notes but you omit the third, so you're like, if you do that, it's creates a certain kind of tension, because you never get that release. It's like the third is almost like the most important melody note in over a chord. If you don't have the third, it's like you have almost like you don't know what gender the chord is, or whatever, you know. It's like, is it major or minor? You can have it in the backing track might have it, and then you know. But if the backing is just like, it's like, holy crap, man! Like, give me that sweet resolution. And then when you land on it, it's like, oh, there you go. Or even if you're doing that, and then, like, you thought it was gonna be minor, and then and suddenly you get that major third. It's like, woo! So, yes, that's it. All right, I'm gonna end this thing by just noodling a little bit more over the CHRONONAUTILUS backing track, and then I'm gonna see you next time. So cheers, everyone. Just a little bit more jamming here. säga hej då till alla mina kompisar först?
Ja!
Vill du säga hej igen?
Ja.
Kom då.
Hej!
Hej allihopa, ska du vinka?
Hej!
Now it's sleeping time. Vi ska gå och lägga oss.
Ja!
Ja, we're going to sleep. It's that time of the night.
Ja!
So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. This concludes my 3-part instructional thing about the solo contest and the backing tracks. So now you know a little bit of what to do, and I'm gonna be interesting to see if some of my ideas pop up in your contest entries. Tack så mycket. So with that, I wish you all a good night. I bid you farewell. You've been lovely. Hugs and kisses.